What's going on, experts? It's your man Miami Patron here for another video, and like always, I'm coming to you from beautiful Medellin, Colombia. It's actually raining right now. I love the sound of rain. But anyways, guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you the 5 mistakes that I made when I launched my first course, which was on teaching people how to start a Facebook ads agency. This was in October of 2018, and I made 5 major mistakes now that I know now. And that's back then. I didn't know anything about courses. I didn't know anything about launching or anything. I just thought, hey, I've taken courses, I think I can create one. And granted, I still made 5 figures with that course, but I made plenty mistakes. So if you're watching these videos, it's because you want to avoid these mistakes too. So let's hop inside and I'll share these 5 with you. Alrighty, so we're in now. So hopefully you guys like this video. By the way, look at the way I record my videos. Like, I actually record the videos on my phone. I have this little book, the Bible, and then I have it propped up against my laptop, and I just put my phone here. This is literally how I record all my YouTube videos. Like, for those of you that don't know, I actually live in Miami, and so all my camera gear, my microphone, all that kind of stuff is in Miami. So I came to visit Colombia. I loved it so much I decided to stay. I've been here for 3 months. So all videos are recorded straight from my phone, propped up on this Bible against my laptop and my earbuds. So coming to you guys super raw with this, all right? So let's go ahead and get started in this video. So I'm gonna be sharing the 5 mistakes that I made when I first, launched my first course, right? So let me tell you, take 37 seconds here and tell you how I actually even got into the course business. So I had a Facebook ads agency, right? And I was making between $4,000 to $5,000 a month with my agency. Now I was making a decent living, and people started wondering, how do you do what you do? I want to make money online. So one day I went on my Instagram and said, hey, I'll teach you how to start an agency. And this lady was interested. I was like, okay, let's go ahead and do it. And I decided to charge her $200. I don't even know why I came up with that money, but the fact that somebody was willing to pay me $200, I remember I was like, whoa. People pay me $200 to teach them how to do this stuff. I was pretty excited. But anyways, I ended up teaching her, and from then on, I had people coming in almost every single week wondering, hey, can you teach me? Can you teach me? And I raised the price up to $500. I went from teaching people in person to then teaching people online, and then eventually teaching people in a group setting. Okay. All at about a $500 price point. And then it got to the point where it's like I started doing over and over and over again. I'm like, yo, like this is like too much work. And I keep repeating myself, what if I record into an online course? And that's how that whole online course idea came into play. Now, granted, at the point, like I've been in internet marketing, I've taken a lot of courses, but I never really looked into how to create a course. Now that I'm in the course business, I teach people how to create and launch their own profitable online courses. I realized that the course business is so important, and there are so many moving parts to the online course business. It's not just create a course and put it out. That's what I thought it was. So let me share those 5 mistakes with you, all right? I'm gonna look down here. Okay, so the first mistake that I made was I didn't build anticipation. All right, so when you launch an online course, a real launch is when there's anticipation. Think about a movie trailer. When a movie is about to come out, first they release a movie trailer, right? Or in the music industry, first they release the single, a couple months before the album comes out, right? What it does is that builds anticipation. So when the product gets released, you feel like you get the buyers ready, you get buyers excited. They want it, but they can't buy it, and the fact that they can't buy it makes it even more exciting. So that was the first mistake that I made, was I didn't build anticipation. What I basically did was like I went from the group coaching setting to like, hey, let me create an online course, and I spent like 2 months literally recording videos. No, it was like a month. I recorded sat at a coffee shop for like a month and recorded all these videos, right? And then I was like, hey guys, I have a course. I went on my Instagram, right? Hey guys, I have a course. Do you guys want to buy it? And it's like literally out of nowhere, right? So I didn't build any anticipation. So when I launched, I wouldn't even call it a launch. That's why I use quotation marks. I didn't really make any sales at first. I had to do a lot of direct messaging, a lot of like back and forth, because, nobody even knew that I was teaching on the subject, right? So that kind of comes into number 2 right here. So number 1 was I didn't build anticipation. It's very important when you're launching a product, you build anticipation. That's where the pre-launch comes in, and the pre-launch. All right, so I teach that in my new coaching program. Right, number 2 is I didn't build a list. Right, at the time, like I had no idea about email lists. I knew about email lists, but I was like, it just went over my head. Like I didn't think build an email list, build an audience. Like that didn't even come over to my head. So like when I launched a program, I didn't even launch it. I went on social media and said, hey, would you like to buy this program? So the second mistake is I didn't build an email list. Now, even with my second launch with the Expert Course Secret, I didn't even build a list then. I still did a social media launch. Now that I'm much more professional in my course creation launch, coaching program and what I do now, I realized the importance of an email list. You can't just rely on social media to build your business, because social media is, even though I'm really advocate of Instagram and all that kind of stuff, like Instagram at the end of the day will limit your reach. Like even though I have thousands of followers, only a couple hundred will actually even look at my stuff. So if I want to launch a business and only a couple hundred out of the people that want to see my content see it, that's a problem. Where if you have an email list built up, you send out an email, everybody gets it. Everybody gets it, okay? So the importance of building a real asset. Social media followers are not a real asset. What you do now, what I've learned, is you take that social media presence, then you build that into an asset with an email list. Use the social media as a traffic source to build your email list. So that was the second mistake that I made. The third mistake that I made was I spent too much time creating and not enough time selling and marketing. This is one of my biggest, teaching points in my new program and what I coach and what I teach now is when it comes to the online course business, right? It's 20% creation, so how to create it, the membership site, the slides, should I use Teachable or ClickFunnels, all that kind of stuff. 20% creation, 80% how you market and sell it. It's all about marketing and selling your program, because what good is having a product that sits on the shelf that nobody buys? Because if you want to create a course, it's most likely because you want to change people's lives, all right? If your course doesn't get sold and it just sits on your membership site, sits on your YouTube channel, sits on your laptop, sits on your videos, you're not changing students' lives, and you're not changing your life by making any money and real impact. So it's all about the marketing side. So when I launched my first program, I thought, first I have to have the product. First I have to record the course. Who's gonna buy a course without the videos? And that's one of the biggest misconceptions. No, you have to sell it before you create it, right? Now, for those of you who think that might be crazy, make sure you subscribe below, and I have a lot of videos on which I talk about that subject. But you have to sell it before you create it. And so I took almost a month, and I remember every single day sitting in a coffee shop, because I think because my Wi-Fi at my house wasn't nice, or I was staying in a hostel. I don't even remember why. But I had to go to a coffee shop, and it was like the most quiet coffee shop in Miami. And I remember sitting there every single month on the couch, making slides, recording videos, and it took me a month. And literally for an entire month, I got paid $0, right? So granted, I still had money coming in from my agency, but as far as the course side, I literally got paid $0 for an entire month. Now, what good is that, And by the way, I'd spent a month and I didn't even know if it was gonna sell. Like, imagine taking a month, 2 months, 3 months, spending all this time and money creating a program that might not even sell. Luckily, I ended up selling it. Like, I did like maybe 10 grand or something in that entire life of that course. But still, it was like, damn, like, imagine if I would have invested more time, more money. Now that I learned that, it's all about how you market and you sell it, okay? So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is I didn't provide enough value to the marketplace in order to build an audience, right? And that's why I'm making these YouTube videos now. It's just providing free value. And the mistakes that I made when I launched my first course was I didn't build an audience. Now, this is a little bit different from an email list. Now, an audience could be anywhere. An audience could be in your Instagram, your Facebook group, YouTube, wherever your audience is. It is very important to build an audience, right? Because what happens is you build rapport, you build relationship, you build reciprocity with your customers, right? And I believe that YouTube is one of the best platforms to build your audience because it's a search feature, right? People are actively searching for different stuff. And so when you put your content out there on YouTube, people can come across it. So I didn't build an audience. So when I launched my program, granted, I didn't have an email list. I didn't even have an audience around my subject because I was just sharing lifestyle. Hey guys, I'm in Miami. I'm doing this. I'm at this party. I'm with this girl. Like I just was sharing my lifestyle. But so when I launched a program, I had no audience. People were like, what the hell is this about, right? So building an audience is very important when it comes to, to creating and launching a successful program. Remember, creation is 20%, launching is 80%. Launching, selling, and marketing is you have to build an audience. I highly recommend using YouTube as that audience. I use YouTube and Instagram. I use YouTube to build my audience. Get people coming into my, my sphere, knowing who I am. And then I like to drive traffic to my Instagram where I get to build relationship with them, because Instagram is a relationship tool. Direct messaging, video chat, sharing Instagram stories. It's just a lot more different, a lot more personable. So those are the 2 platforms that I use. So the 4th thing that I didn't do, the 4th mistake, was I didn't build an audience by providing free value in the form of videos or anything, or you can do vlogs. I don't like blogs, so I don't read blogs, so I don't write blogs. For me, it's video. So providing content out in the marketplace. And the fifth one here is I didn't focus on student results. Now, when I launched the program, I had, I would say 15 to 17 students go to there. So multiply that by 500. I'm not the best at math, but I made some decent money from that. But I had about 17 students go to the program. Okay, so what I didn't know was, like, I thought that, hey, I just create a course one time. Mistake number one, I thought I would create it one time, and then I would just sell it to them and then have them go to the program, right? And I literally, my focus is like, I taught them step by step. Okay, you do this, you do that, you do this. But I didn't really focus on getting student results. I didn't focus on psychology. I didn't focus on getting them to the next step. And so even though I made money, my students didn't really get that many results. Now, granted, the ones that I worked one-on-one with, they got a lot of results. Like one of my friends that I helped, mentor him, he did $24,000 his first 45 days. And like one of my students that I worked one-on-one with, he got his first client within 2 months. Like they got results, but one of my one-on-one students or my group students, but not my core students. I didn't focus on producing great results for my customers within my course. And that's how you build a real great product. That's how you get word of mouth going. That's how you get your name in the marketplace, is by producing a great product. And that's been my biggest shift now since I launched Expert Course Secrets 2.0, and just really refining, how do you create a course, the psychology behind it. How do you create a great product? How do you deliver great results? How do you make sure your students finish? How do you make sure that, that everything is moving in the process, the sales, the marketing, the creation? How does everything move together? It's not about just putting out videos, selling, hey guys, I have a course, or launching it to your email list. There's so many moving parts to making sure a course is successful and getting up to the 7-figure mark, all right? So I didn't focus on student results, and now it's the biggest thing about business is producing results for your customers. Customer results is everything. Customer results is the best word marketing. Customer results is the best testimonials. Customer results is the best feedback to know that you're a great coach and you're producing results. Because if somebody's gonna pay us as course creators for our product, we gotta make sure we deliver. It's not about making $1. It's not about putting videos together, putting shit against the wall and see what sticks. It's about producing the great results, and that's why I'm becoming an expert in this field, because if anybody thinks they can create a course, and that's the problem. I talk to a lot of people. Yeah, I know how to create a course. I read all the videos, but damn it, you don't know, man. Like, unless you're making 7 figures for a course, unless your students are getting badass freaking results, then you don't know how to create a course yet. So my goal is to produce great content on this YouTube channel, so I can teach you how to make a badass freaking online course that produces results for your customers and for you. Get you as a course creator to the multiple 6-figure and or 7-figure level, gives you time, freedom, and impact, and then get your students freaking results. To get those, those open rates up, to get those finish rates up, to make sure your students are giving you great testimonials. And it's not about, let me put some videos together, I know how to create a course. No, there's skills. There's different things that come together when it comes to creating an online course to make sure your students get results. Guys, those are the 5 mistakes that I made when I launched my first online course and moving forward. Make sure you subscribe below. More great videos about online courses and creating, launching, making money on social media coming every single day. Talk to you guys soon.